other great player has bad fans. So it's never just one player fan base. So yesterday was a very interesting day for the WNBA. Once again, drama. Why can't the WNBA get away from drama? Well, because everyone associated with it pretty much creates it every day. So yesterday, Renee Montgomery, if you don't know who she is, she's an actual former player and also now part owner of the Atlanta Dream. Keep that in mind, okay? So she comes out and she does this whole little 3-minute rant about how it's bad for how fans act and so forth. And everything she said was correct. She wasn't wrong with what her assessment was with fans taking it too far, being racist, misogynist, sexist, and trolling and different things, and then taking it too far with AI pictures and nudity and things like that. 100% agreed with her. The problem was she didn't say fans. She specifically targeted Caitlin Clark fans and stands, right?
But something sinister is happening online with Caitlin's fan base and these stands that needs to be addressed. So all I'm saying is sports hate is okay.
She was saying, hey, it's only Caitlin Clark fans who have this issue in the WNBA, and therefore they needed to address it. Renee Montgomery, we're going to stop this bullshit. The WNBA media and people who actually cover the WNBA, who has covered it for a long time, they continue to push this narrative like all of a sudden with Caitlin Clark, who, again, instrumental in bringing more eyes to the league, suddenly because she has, yes, some racist fans, some ignorant fans and things of that nature, like every other athlete, because we're not going to pretend like LeBron doesn't have racist fans. So does Jokic, so does Luka, so did Tom Brady, so did any other great player has bad fans. So it's never just one player fan base who is just completely toxic from the other. When you have stands and fandom, people do and say crazy things. And as much as we don't like those people, I will never condone racist comments or, being ridiculous and taking it too far. Those are what we call casual fans, and whether we like it or not, you need casual fans, especially to grow. But let's get back to Renee's comments. So Renee goes on this rant about toxicity and how Caitlin Clark fans are just the worst of the worst, right?
If they created nude AI pictures of Saints players and then sent them to the Saints players' families, that's what Caitlin stands have done to Angel Reese.
The WNBA fans. Thing is, Renee did that and then tries to justify it by saying, hey, you just got to stop. Renee, you would have been good. You would have actually hit the nail on the coffin if you would have actually been smart enough to add in that it's not just her fans. It's collectively sports fans in general. We've all known this. I know it's hard because the WNBA really was not ready for this growth and they're not used to fans, clearly. Because if you're used to fans, you kind of know that you have casual fans, troll fans, and people who don't even give a damn, but they're still going to troll and be the way they are. You guys lack so much media training. You guys lack so much what you need to be actually prepared for this moment. And I think that's why you guys also kind of have your thing against Caitlin Clark, because she brought attention that you guys weren't even ready to have. So she did all of this and did all her rant. I corrected her on Twitter about it. And then, crazy enough, her team, she's part owner of Atlanta Dream, goes on later on that night and they make a Twitter post and they say, Chicago cry. Who were they making fun of? The Chicago Sky. Now you might say, well, that's not a big deal. Well, it's considered toxic, right? And Renee was just talking about how we can't be toxic. The irony of it is that most people covering the WNBA or who have been a part of the WNBA, they don't realize they're hypocrites. They can't actually admit they're hypocrites. But the funniest part is that they put in Kennedy Carter. Now, if you don't know the history with the Kennedy Carter and Atlanta Dream, Kennedy Carter got traded from the Atlanta Dream. There was a whole bunch of mess that went on with that. So the fact that they used Kennedy Carter, who didn't even play in last night's game, your actual team itself proved my point about being toxic. The thing is, the WNBA continues to keep pushing these narratives, or those covering the WNBA, that the toxicity is solely from Caitlin Clark fans. These new fans are coming in and they're just the worst. We're continuing to overlook, like, before Caitlin Clark, There was Sabrina Hunescu who was getting bullied. There were Aces fans who were bullying fans. There was the De'Erica Hamby situation where she has a lawsuit against the Aces. You have Skylar Diggins who is complaining about being mistreated. You have Wiggins, who is a straight player, who said she was harassed and bullied by the WNBA players themselves because 98% of them are actually gay and lesbian. I guess that's the same thing. Sorry. No offense to anybody who's gay. Don't mind. With that being said, then you have the fact that their media has been covering Caitlyn very badly. You have former players who've been spiteful, Cheryl Swoops. You have other agents who are spiteful. You also have their collective leadership of the WNBA going against one another, not knowing how to speak. There's so much wrong with the WNBA. But again, the only thing they focus on is blaming Caitlin Clark. Renee Montgomery, you once again showed the hypocrisy, of the WNBA. Do better. Or just shut up.